Do you want to know how to get the good stuff? Whatever the good stuff is, I'm gonna let you know. Let's check it out. Hello friends, back again. Now, I just realised I kind of look like some sort of Magnum PI lookalike without the tash, and it's very summery, but there you go. It is kind of summer, I guess. It's England, so summer's sort of 2 days in June generally, but good to see you again. Hope you're well. Do you want to know how to get the good stuff? What am I talking about? What the fuck am I talking about with the good stuff? Well. It really comes down to this. If you kind of want something from other people, whether that's a favour or you've got a business and you're selling things and you kind of want the good stuff, and maybe in that case it's money or anything like that, where you just kind of want stuff, whatever that means to you. That's the important thing. It doesn't really matter what it is, but whatever the good stuff means to you, you just kind of want something: attention, affection, love, cash, whatever. How can you get that? Well, there's one simple trick, if you like, or hack, depends how you want to say it. There's one kind of simple way that you can do this. So let's get into it. Before I get into it, let's just do a few thank yous. All you guys who are supporting. I know I do say this for every video, but yeah, I really do appreciate everyone who is supporting the channel and likes and subscribes and all that good stuff. But particularly Jack, Belle, Lily, Gemma Stone, obviously, Jeff, and literally everyone who's made the effort and taken their time to sort of watch, comment and stuff like that. I really do appreciate it. It does honestly mean a lot to me, and I'm very humbled by the fact that people want to listen to my kind of bizarre ramblings. But yes, honestly, thank you so much for your support. Let's get into it. How can you get this good stuff? Well, it's a very simple thing, and it's like this. You've probably heard of the phrase under promise and over deliver. Well, there's nothing truer than that, really. If you ever have to do something, whether that's physically just doing a favor for someone, or you're selling something with a business or anything like that, where you're kind of doing something for other people, there's a kind of expectation from the other people for what that is. So if you say, for example, I'll give you a lift to the airport, fine. So the expectation after you saying that is you'll turn up at their house in your car, they get in the car, you take them to the airport, you drop them off, all Gucci. So that's the kind of expectation from what you said. I'll give you a lift to the airport. So the idea of under promise and over deliver is the fact that that kind of sets up the expectation. So if you sort of say, I can give you a lift to the airport, it's fine. Now, you giving them a lift to the airport, but then say it's in the morning, early ridiculous o'clock. So you turn up their house to give them a lift, but then you've got some coffee and some breakfast for them, or some, just even like a croissant or some toast or anything simple. That's over delivering. Now, I'm not saying that is you have to do that exact thing, but the idea is that you've sort of said I'll give you a lift, but then you rock up and you've kind of over delivered, because you're giving them a lift, but also you've kind of given them some coffee or whatever is relevant at that point, or something to eat or drink or something, or some magazines to read on the plane, whatever it is. The point is you're over delivering, and taking that to the next extreme is over deliver without permission. So he's not saying, is it okay if I give you this? No, over deliver abundantly. So you said, using that same example again, you rock up to the house, it's 5 AM to give them to, rather than, oh, it's very early, you kind of rock up and you're there, you've got some coffee for them, you've got some breakfast for them. That's like insane. And that's, technically of no big deal to you to do that, but that makes such a massive difference to the other person. They're clearly not expecting you to do that. And when you over deliver on any situation, the huge amount of positivity that installs in the other person is massive, and also the huge amount of karma that's coming your way, kind of good karma, because you've gone over and above to sort of help that person, and they weren't expecting that. So you're like massive over delivering without permission, and that's the key thing. You're not sort of saying, you know, would you like me to bring you some breakfast? Yeah, I mean, that in itself is kind of over delivering, because you said you give them a lift, but then you sort of ask permission. But no, just, you know, if you know them well and you know they like coffee or they like tea or whatever they particularly are, they like donuts or whatever the thing is, it doesn't really matter. But the fact is that you've put that extra piece of thought into that, so that when you turn up and you add this extra value, this extra thing, you know, it's amazing. And it, you know, and the important thing, I've got to make a huge caveat here. The important thing is to do this without expectation of something in return. You know, don't do it thinking, oh, if I give them that, then they'll like pay me petrol money or something like that. No, the idea is you're over delivering just out of niceness, just being kind, just being a nice person. And that over delivery, everyone wins. That person wins because one, they got their lift to the airport plus some breakfast, but you win as well, because it's, you know, doing stuff for other people makes you feel amazing. I've talked about this many times before, but that just makes you feel amazing. So literally everyone wins, and your kind of karma account goes massively up. So it's all good. But yeah, the whole thing, and so it doesn't really matter what the situation is. I gave the example, obviously, a lift to the airport, but you know, it could be in work. You know, someone asks you to do something and then you do it, but then give them extra. But, you know, basically over deliver, but over deliver without permission. Just, you know, you've said you'll do that, but then deliver that, and that will go so far to kind of making their day better, but also your day better, because you'll feel amazing from doing that. And said, it's not about doing it for the gratitude or for the thanks or for the tips or getting something in return. It's about doing it because it's just a great thing to do to enrich someone else's life, whatever level that is. And it really doesn't matter what it is. Now, when it comes down to business, then it's a complete game changer. Something that's I've seen, and it's so technically, it's so pointless and so irrelevant. But when this has happened, I always feel that's, and I love it. It just means so much, because it means that the person has thought about this. And what this is ordering something online, and sometimes from eBay or wherever it is, and you buy the thing comes, and you're expected to just say, I don't know, say you bought a hard drive. So the hard drive comes and you expect to get a hard drive. Fine. But in the box, there's a little bag of sweets and like a little thank you note for like purchasing them. That is it. A little bag of sweets, a little bag of Haribo, like nothing. There's like zero cost to it. But it's the fact that the person thought, I'm just going to put that in as a thank you for buying from my company. And that tiny thing, said irrelevant of value, just huge. And that will make me want to buy from them like a million times more, because they've just gone that tiny little thing, but that extra mile to make the effort and over deliver. So it's not necessarily what you over deliver with, but it's the fact that you over deliver and you make that extra thing and you go that extra mile to sort of make the person who's receiving it like, wow, you know, I've got extra. And so it's a tiny bag of Haribo, which is cents, you know, it's nothing of actual relevant value, but it's the fact that they've thought about, you know, this will kind of bring a smile to someone's face and put a little note in saying thank you. That is huge. And I appreciate obviously the fact that someone like Amazon can't do stuff like that, but you know, if you've got a company, if you've got a business, or you're doing anything, that tiny little thing, like a handwritten note or a little thank you, is ridiculous. The amount of huge positivity that installs in the other person, the customer, and they will keep coming back. It's ridiculous. The cost is like pence, but you've got return customers coming, and it's insane. So the point is, you know, under promise. So you say, you know, I could probably help you with that, and then over deliver massively, and you know, not a ridiculously negative cost to yourself, because that will be stupid. But it's the small things, and it's the effort, it's the just taking the time to make that thought and make that small effort as a thank you, or as basically just to add extra value to that person, it pays off to you massively. So just give that a thought. Whenever you're doing anything for someone, if you kind of promise something to someone or you're going to do something, just think, how can I over deliver? What can I do extra that will help that person, you know, with nothing coming back to you? And that little thing, one, said, it will make you feel amazing for helping them out further, but also it will make them feel amazing, so therefore everyone wins, and your karma account, wow, bang. So that's all I've got time for today. I hope you got some value and enjoyed this. A bit of a sort of a wacky one, but it's wacky with a shirt. But I think it's a very important one to kind of just, sometimes we don't think about that sort of thing. We kind of do the bare minimum. But just go a little bit over and above and you will feel amazing. So if you did get some value from this and you enjoyed it, ooh, hit that like button so it's nice and blow. And if you haven't already and you're watching this, I'd love it if you could subscribe. That would be amazing. And thank you again. It means a lot to me that you're taking your time to watch this, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye. Thanks again for watching, guys. I really, really do appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure you do so down here, and check out my other video down here. Remember, live your best life and profit from that passion. See you next time. Bye-bye.